Parlay King Sports doing a recap in college basketball. And we had North Carolina beating Duke. Auburn covered the spread. Uh, Oregon didn't cover the spread. They won. They won by 1 point. Texas Tech covered. Marquette covered. Uh, Oregon State dud. I mean, there was today felt like March Madness for real. Like today felt like March Madness, man. I mean, it was upsets. It was upsets. A whole lot of unknowns. Teams that I know I normally use during the season fold down the stretch. Today felt like March Madness. It felt like March Madness today. It felt like March Madness today, man. And it's gonna get more crazier because you got these tournaments starting up. Some of them are started. The small ones that started already. The big boys start up, I think, either Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah, man, today was crazy, man. Uh, Villanova, Villanova. I don't even know what to say about y'all, man. Villanova, man. And it was the same thing in the NBA. I say take Chicago plus the 9, they lose by 10. You know, I think I'm looking at today's schedule. I think today's schedule is a little bit better than yet than yesterday's schedule because it was yesterday was crazy, man. Like yesterday was crazy in college basketball, man. Yeah, man. We got a nice slate today, though, in college basketball. We got a nice slate. But yeah, yesterday, man, it was crazy, man. I had uh the lawyer Chicago. I think the spread was 12. They up 12 with 5 seconds left, and then they gave up a layup at the buzzer. They gave up a layup at the buzzer, man. That was a I had that. That was for that was a 10 team parlay. That was a 10 team parlay, man. I had 9 plays in. I just needed the lawyer of Chicago to cover that 12. I would have took the push and I wouldn't have got paid for the game, but the parlay would have cashed. It would have cashed. They gave up a layup at the buzzer, man. Damn. That was a 10 team parlay, man. I had Wagner plus the 7, Bryant on the money line, George Mason, that was a pick 'em. I had Sanford minus 6, Arkansas State on the money line, Florida State on the money line, Utah Valley plus the points. They won outright. Man, I've been working, man. I ain't been doing too many live streams, you know what I'm saying? Because I did a poll on here and I asked the question, I was like, which one do you want more? You want parlays or you want live streams? And everybody voted that they wanted more parlays. So I've been pumping out parlays like crazy. You know, we've been cashing on the parlays. You know, we've been cashing. So it's just every capper goes through a funk, man. You know what I'm saying? You go through a funk, you go through a stretch. You know what I'm saying? You go through a stretch where you lose, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and then you'll win again. So I'm just I'm sick off that Lloyd Chicago, man. Like I'm sick. I'm sick, man. That was a 10-team parlay, man. 10-team parlay. I got nine. And the Lloyd Chicago would have made 10. And I would have been cashing. I'm talking about that would have that would have been jackpot for the weekend. Right. That would have been jackpot if that Lloyd Chicago come through. And then I went 3-2 with my clients. I lost on Fordham. See, that's another team. Fordham, they at home, favored by I think the spread was 7.5, and they end up losing outright. Like they lost by double digits at home. That was one of my losses with my clients, and then my other loss was uh, who was it? I gotta go look through my notes again. Hold on. Nah, man, I don't get no YouTube money, man. I don't get no YouTube money at all. If I cared about YouTube money, what I'm saying, I'll be doing live streams and all that, man. You know, I don't, that YouTube money, I don't get no money from YouTube. So when I come on YouTube, this all me. You know what I'm saying? I like Ohio State plus the one or money line. Yeah, I love Ohio State. I'm trying to figure out what was that other team that I had lost to. I got so many. I'm pulling it up now. Trying to, I know Fordham was one of them, and the other one was Memphis. Yeah, I took Memphis plus the 7. They lose by 8. Like, and you know what's crazy? Like Memphis been playing good the last 3 weeks, man. I was riding Memphis hard, and they was coming through for me. And then I'm like, all right, you on the road against FAU, 7 points. I thought that was just too many points, man. Who Ohio State? I don't know if they can win the Big Ten. I don't know. I don't know. Man, you know what? I think Kentucky could win the SEC tournament. I think they can win that shit. Yeah. They just beat Tennessee in Tennessee. Like, I'll put some future. Yeah, I like Austin Pay. Yeah, I like them with the points today. Yes, sir. Yeah, they getting three in the hook. Yeah, I'm locked in with them. Yeah, I like Austin too today. You know, I like Ohio State today. I like Arkansas State plus the points. You know, you need to come holler at me, man. You kept talking about you was gonna come holler at me, man. You ain't never come holler at me, man. You know, I've been doing this for years. That's why I was trying to tell somebody. I'm like, man, I keep it 100, man. Win, lose, or draw, I keep it 100, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like integrity, that's that's major to me. You know what I'm saying? I stand on that. Win, lose, or draw, I stand on integrity at the end of the day. Because all you got is your word, and my word is 100, man. You know what I'm saying? It's 100. I ain't never came on here and fabricated about nothing. I ain't never came on here and said, "Oh, if you invest with me, I, I get you $100,000." Like I ain't never told nobody, no guarantees, nothing like that. I tell you straight up, look, this is gambling. We gonna win more than we lose, but there will be losses in there because this is gambling. There ain't no guarantees, but we will win more than we lose. So when you come like that, you know what I'm saying? That lets everybody know, like, look, he 100, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't no, you know, there ain't no bullshit. Like, been on YouTube for since what 20, what 2020? No, I'm gonna say 2016, 17, something like that. I've been on YouTube for a long time, man, long time. And one thing I learned in this business, if if you don't know what you're doing, know you wouldn't even be on YouTube. I wouldn't even be on YouTube. Like, I would have been unfolded if I didn't know what I was doing. I love this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? When you love something, you can do it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I love capping games. I win and then I lose too. But at least I tell you about my losses. Some cappers won't tell you about their losses. They'll just tell you about all these wins. Like, oh, this win, this win, this win. That's when you need to be skeptical. When somebody always telling you about wins and don't tell you about their losses. A real capper will tell you about his losses. That's what I'll be wanting to know. When I talk to other cappers, I'll be wanting to know. My most successful, it was a 12 team parlay. I hit 12 team parlay. I hit at the casino. That's what started everything. That's what started me capping games. In that 12 team parlay at the casino. Cause the casino was like, man, we ain't never seen a 12 team parlay before. And I was like, well, there you go. You know what I'm saying? And then the dude that cashed me out, he was like, you should be a capper and shit. You should cap games. And I was like, all right. And then that's when I started capping games. Ever since then, when I won that 12 team parlay, I started capping games. I'm like, man, I'm about to jump off into this, man. And as you can see on my YouTube page, if you go back, like, man, I got so many gambling videos. I just, I just cracked 1,000 videos. Yeah, man, March Madness gonna go crazy, man. It's already started. The madness already started. It already started. St. Bonaventure was a 12-point favorite. They lose outright. This what I'm talking about. Like teams that's favored by double digits lose outright. That's the madness. You know, you can't predict no shit like that, man. You know, Memphis just laid down. Like I think it's about time for Memphis to cut ties with Penny Hardaway, man, because he ain't doing nothing up there in Memphis, bro. You ain't doing nothing up there in Memphis but messing up people's parlays and shit. That's all you doing. I'll take some futures out on Creighton to win the Big East. I like Creighton. Uh, Kentucky to win the SEC. They look real good. This is the time where Kentucky start. They starting the ball right now. Them young boys, they starting to get it together now. You know what I'm saying? They went through their bumps and grinds through a whole season. And I kept trying to tell people like, man, I'm like, man, Coach Cal got a whole gang of babies, man. Give them time. And they balling right now. I would pick them to win it all. Like, cause one thing that you need in a tournament to go deep in a tournament is you need guard play. And Kentucky got plenty of guards. That's what you need to survive in March Madness is guard play. If your guard play suspect, you ain't gonna be in the tournament long. If you got great guard play, you gonna advance until the next round, to the next round, to the next round. That's one thing I learned about March Madness. It comes down to guard play. If you got good guard play, you're gonna be here for a minute. And Kentucky got good guard play. Teams like Purdue, they going down early. Purdue gonna be early first exit. If they give Purdue a number one seed, they're gonna be the first. I think they probably be the first number one seed to go down in the tournament. I wouldn't even pick them to get to the Elite Eight. I probably would pick them probably get to the Sweet 16 and then they'll lose at the Sweet 16. Because I don't see Zach Edey. The the only way that Purdue could win it all, Zach Edey got to play like Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain, and he too slow. He too slow on his feet to move like a Shaq or Wilt Chamberlain. He's 7'4", but slow as hell. He's slow. And I don't think he gonna make it in. I don't think he gonna make it to the NBA. I think Zach Edey going overseas. I think he going overseas because he's slow on his feet, man. He's slow. He's 7'4", and he a liability on defense because he can't move his feet. And he been in college for what, 4 years? That right there tell me he ain't going to the NBA. You ain't going to the NBA. If you a big man and you got any type of potential, you in the NBA right now. You ain't playing no 4 years in college. That's the old NBA where you seen players stay 4 years in college and then they go to the NBA and shit, like because they're developed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what college is for. You're supposed to develop in college and then go to the pros. But now it's like we go to college just to get on the scene and then we'll develop in the NBA. That's why you see these guys go undrafted. You know, when the draft come around and You see all these guys enter their name in the draft, and then when the draft come around, they drafting all these guys from Europe and overseas and all that shit. You like, damn, all this talent over here in the U.S. and y'all going over in Europe drafting guys because these guys over here ain't developed, man. They ain't developed the right way. That's why they going overseas drafting guys. Baseball about to start up, man. Well, that's a long season right there. Well, we talking about that's gonna take us all the way to October. That baseball gonna take us all the way to college basketball. I mean, college football. College football started in September, where it started in August, at the end of August. But baseball gonna take us all the way to college football. We got college basketball all this month until next month. It's over with on the first next month. And then the NBA take over and take us all the way to June. And then once the NBA gone, it's nothing but baseball for 3 months, 4 months straight. And then spring training in the NBA and no, in the NFL. Training camps will be starting up. Then college football be on the scene at the end of August, the beginning of September. Then the NFL season starting off. Man, we got plenty more opportunities starting today. Ohio State, Arkansas State plus the points, Indiana State on the money line because that's going to be a close game. So you want to take them on a money line. Indiana State is the best team in that conference. They're playing Drake today. I like Indiana State on the money line. I like Austin P plus the three in the hook. We already talked about Ohio State. And it's another team too, Longwood. This is a team called Longwood. I think they getting 3 points. I like them today. I wish I could pull up the schedule while I'm still live, but it's gonna mess up my live stream if I try to pull up the schedule. No, I don't, you know what? I really don't be messing with the overs and unders like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take Ohio State. Don't mess with no over and under, man. Mess up your parlay, man. Just take Ohio State. I had went through a stretch on YouTube where I went like five. I went 5 for 7 on a stretch during the week on two team parlays. Now I know people got their money up off that, boy. I ain't gonna drop a two team parlay today on my page. I'm gonna take the day off on YouTube, but I ain't taking a day off as far as gambling. I just took a day off on YouTube on a two team parlay. I'll be back first thing tomorrow, Monday, and start up a whole new streak, man. Because my two team parlay it cashed for Monday. It cashed. I just missed out on this last week, man. I had a rough week this week. Started from Tuesday on to yesterday on YouTube. I've been going 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, and shit. So when they drop these spreads for Monday, I'll be ready. They, they probably sometime later on the day. They'll drop the spreads later on the day. They probably wait till like 2, 3 o'clock today to drop the spreads for Monday. Oh, the Bears, they about to get a quarterback. The Bears about to get a quarterback, man. Like, they ain't fucking with Justin Fields. They ain't fucking with Justin Fields, man. You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields had what, 6 years? Dude, you've been in Chicago 6 motherfucking years, man. You ain't do nothing. Nothing. Nothing, bruh. I ain't see you win one division title. I ain't seen you in the runnings for a division title. None of that, man. The whole time you was up there in Chicago, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I, they keep talking about, oh, well, he ain't had the weapons and all this and all that, man. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. I ain't trying to hear that, man. When I'm seeing C.J. Stroud get to the playoffs in his first year, and win a playoff game, like in his first year, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't take those 6 years for you to understand. And like, if you still don't know if Justin Fields is your franchise quarterback after 6 years, then you need to move on. Because 6 years, you should know by now. You should know by now. And they know they about to move on. They just probably waiting on what they they're gonna probably trade him like a week before the draft. A week before the draft, they'll trade him and shit. Hey, Jordan Love, he gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. He young. He young. He sat. He got a chance to learn from Aaron Rodgers. You know, he rode that pine for a long time. Man. I think Jordan Love rode that pine for like what, 3 years. So he learned some. He learned a lot from Aaron Rodgers. That's why he's so good right now. He learned a lot. He gonna be, man. Green Bay gonna be one of them teams that can fuck around and get to the Super Bowl. Damn. Damn. Yeah, I would give it to him because they ain't got nothing else. Who, who you gonna turn to? Who you gonna turn to? If you Dallas, like, man, if you Dallas, who you gonna turn to, man? Might as well give him his money, man. That's on Jerry Jones. If he'd have paid him a long time ago, he wouldn't even have to be paying him right now. He'd be under contract if he'd have paid him. So, Jerry Jones being hard headed. And so he got to pay up. He got to pay up. But Dallas, man, that's for they whole franchises. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys will win another a Super Bowl ever. Like, I just, I just don't see it, bro. Like the coaching suspect. Sometimes Dak look like MVP Dak, and then you got some games where he disappeared, and you be like, man, what the hell is this? Like, and then you got ownership like Jerry Jones. He want to be involved in everything. instead of him sitting back on the sidelines like real owners do, and the people that you pay, they supposed to do this work. But when you got the owner that's always want his hands in every transaction that goes on in the organization, that's why they ain't gonna win no Super Bowl. Because Jerry Jones won't let nobody take control over the franchise and do it their way. It got to be his way or the highway. And as you can see, doing it Jerry Jones' way produces nothing. Nothing. Zero. Y'all make it to the playoffs, first round exit. They ain't gonna never win another Super Bowl until either Jerry Jones die, and then they'll let somebody, run the franchise how it's supposed to be run. That's the only way they're gonna win the Super Bowl, man. Probably see about. I'm gonna say about five of them. I think five. I think it's gonna be about five, six quarterbacks going in the first round. Yeah. I'm gonna say five. Yeah, I'm gonna say five. Five of them going in the first round. I just don't. I just know one. Like I know Caleb Williams going to Chicago. I know that. That's the only one I know. Everybody else is up in the air. But I do think five quarterbacks gonna get drafted in the first round. I'm hearing I'm hearing Bo Nix gonna get drafted in the first round. JJ McCarthy, Caleb Williams, that's three. Then Jaden Daniels, that's four. Then Michael Penix, that's five. And then oh shit, Drake May, he going in the first round. That's six. That's six right there. It's sad what happened to Russell Wilson and shit, man. Like, he just fell off the map. Russell Wilson fell off the map, man. Yeah, Joe Milton will go in the second round. He's second round draft pick. He gonna be a prospect. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take him some years before he see the field. Not unless you know what I'm saying. The players, the quarterbacks ahead of him get injured, and that's when he'll see the field. But if he get drafted, he won't see the field for at least 2 to 3 years. I don't think dude getting drafted. Dude from Notre Dame and shit. I don't think he gonna get drafted. He might, but I don't think he gonna get drafted though. Sam Hartman, that's his name. Sam Hartman. I don't think he gonna get drafted. But shit, you know what? If Brock Purdy can get drafted, shit, dude can go. Dude can go because he do got a cannon arm. He just ain't accurate with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he got a nice arm. He can make the throws. He just ain't accurate. That's why Notre Dame couldn't get to the big dance because dude went accurate when they needed him to be accurate. Look at the Ohio State game. That was the first sign right there. Like when he couldn't beat Ohio State, and you at home, and you got all these running backs and receivers and tight ends. You got all this work, and you couldn't beat Ohio State. And we saw what Ohio State quarterback was. He dude was suspect, suspect as hell. He transferred too. He got the hell up out of Ohio State. Like man, yeah, get on up out of here. I just can't believe Ryan Day even had you on the roster. Shit, that dude's garbage, real suspect as hell. But they say this is supposed to be year. This is supposed to be Ohio State's year right here. They sit here saying they strapped. They got all the running backs. They got like five running backs, six receivers, tight ends, quarterback. Spencer Rattler probably going the second round. He ain't no first rounder. I know that. Like, if he go first round, somebody gonna lose their job. Like, someone like whoever draft him in the first round, you gonna get fired. Spencer Rattler is a turnover machine, bruh. Like, if you look at his stats in South Carolina, man, he turned over machine, turnover machine, man. And if he having all these turnovers in college, it's gonna get worse in the NFL because NFL DBs and corners they way faster, way smarter. I see him if he touched the field, it's gonna be he gonna be throwing multiple picks to the house because that's the one of the main reasons why he left Oklahoma. He was a turnover machine. They couldn't win with him, so he left Oklahoma to go to South Carolina. Yeah, a little tour. He gonna go second round. He might go third. He the same thing too. Tour and Spencer Rattler are the same people, man. They turnover machines, man. They turnover machines. Why you think Maryland could never beat Ohio State, Penn State, uh who else? Ohio State, they could never beat Tua little brother. He ain't never beat Ohio State. He ain't never beat Penn State. I don't even think he beat Michigan State. It's because when he see the good defenses, he turned that ball over, man. He turned that shit over, man. He turned it over, man. He just like his he just like his brother, but his brother just on the pros level. You know what I'm saying? His brother turned that shit over too. Like I seen Tua throw picks in the playoffs. This past playoffs, he threw a pick or two. So I don't know what to say about Tua, man. Like he got all the weapons. You got all the weapons that you need, man. I don't know how the fuck you can't, you know, go deep in the playoffs, man. Like I just don't see it, man. Like that's what makes me think. Like I'm like, man, is Tua a franchise quarterback? Like I don't know, man. You supposed to know if you got a franchise quarterback in your first year. It shouldn't take no two, three, four, 5 years to find out. if you got a franchise quarterback, man. You should know in year one, can he take command of the offense and go? You know, can he read defenses? You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't we ain't in 1990s when Peyton Manning and Drew Brees and young Tom Brady was on the scene and all that. Yeah, it took years back in them days to find out if you had a franchise quarterback. Man, we in 2024 now. Like I said, you just saw CJ Stroud get to the playoffs his first year, win a playoff game in year one, and then take no 5 years. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think Justin Fields a franchise quarterback. I don't think he a franchise quarterback. And wherever team he get drafted, or wherever team that trade for him, whatever team that trade for him, they gonna have all the pieces for him. And if he don't get it done, wherever team he go to, if he don't get it done, I'm talking about get to the playoffs. Your first year, wherever team he go to, get to the playoffs. If he can't get to the playoffs, then that's gonna tell you everything you need to know. Justin Fields is not a franchise quarterback. He ain't. He ain't. You've been in the league 6 years. You ain't been to no playoffs. You ain't won no playoff games. And I just saw CJ Stroud first year win a playoff game, get to the playoffs. All right. Same thing with Carolina. I don't think Bryce Young a franchise quarterback. Too small. Too small. He can't command the offense. But then they say, oh, well, he won championships at Alabama. Man, listen, they put all the pieces around him just like they did Brock Purdy. And you saw what happened with Brock Purdy. He couldn't get it done. Brock Purdy had the number one rushing offense in the league. Your running back was he led the league in rushing. You had one of the top five tight ends in the league in Kittle. You got two all pro wide receivers in Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. You got all these weapons, and you could not get it done when they needed you to get it done. You could not get it done. And they keep trying to tell me that Brock Purdy is a franchise quarterback. And I'm like, how the fuck is he a franchise quarterback when he did not get it done? He did not get it done, man. They gave him everything that he needed. Just imagine, put it like this. Just imagine if Patrick Mahomes had that shit. Just imagine if Patrick Mahomes had George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk and Debo Samuel and motherfucking Christian McCaffrey in the backfield and shit. Man, please, bruh. Mahomes ain't had none of that shit. And he got it done. This was Mahomes' down year. And he got it done. That's why I said, man, you can give a quarterback all the weapons in the world. If he ain't him, you ain't gonna get it done, man. That's why San Fran gonna keep coming up short, bro. Because of that quarterback. You're gonna keep coming up short. Because he can't get it done. And I don't even think San Fran gonna make it to the Super Bowl next year. Nah. The schedule gonna get way more tougher. You know, You know, you're gonna have to start paying those guys on offense and defense. You ain't gonna be able to keep everybody. Then you're gonna have to make a decision on Brock Purdy. Is you gonna pay him? Is you gonna pay Brock Purdy 50, $60 million a year to just get you to the playoffs? Because you know Philadelphia coming back, the Rams will be back, Detroit will be back, Green Bay, they will be back. Right, man. Like they gave you all the weapons in the world, man. You could not get it done, man. Like you could not get it done, man. And then what was messed up about the whole San Fran situation, right? They fired the defensive coordinator and shit. Like they put it all on him and shit. Like, oh, it was your fault that we lost the Super Bowl. Nah, motherfucker, it wasn't my fault. Man, he did his job. He did his job, bro. He hold Patrick Mahomes to 19 points in the Super Bowl until they got to the overtime. It was 19 all going into overtime. And they fired that man. What they should have did, they should have fired John Lynch for trading 5 first round draft picks for Trey Lance and then turn around and then trade Trey Lance for a second round pick and shit. How can he get away with this, bro? How can you get away with trading away 5 first round draft picks? And then you you like, oh, you, I can't believe this shit, bro. You traded 5 first round draft picks for a quarterback, and then you traded him for a second rounder. Yeah, I like JJ McCarthy. I think he gonna be nice in the NFL. He accurate with the football. That's one thing I know about him. He accurate with the football. He don't turn the football over and shit. He know where he going when he throw that football. That's one thing I like about him. Like, he know where he going with that football. He gonna win in the NFL. It just it just is crucial to which team drafting. Right, that's gonna be the crucial part. What team drafting? It do we get drafted for a team that got a history of winning, or do we get drafted by a team that got a history of losing? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to look at the history of the teams. You know what I'm saying? The Chicago Bears, they ain't got no history of a Super Bowl type winning quarterback since I've been watching the NFL. They probably got one way back in the 50s and the 40s, but I'm talking about since I've been watching football for over 25, 30 years. Man, I ain't seen no franchise quarterback up there in Chicago. They always had some bullshit. The Bears always had some bullshit. Even when they went to the Super Bowl, they had some bullshit. They had Rex Grossman as their quarterback in the Super Bowl and shit. And he got there on default because the other quarterback in the NFC Championship game was injured and he couldn't play. And that's how they advanced to the Super Bowl, losing to Peyton Manning. That was Peyton Manning's first Super Bowl, was against Rex Grossman. Yeah, yeah. I ain't heard nothing about this year's draft coming up. That's how you know it's weak. When you don't hear about the next prospect of crops or players coming that's up and coming and shit. I ain't heard nothing about this 2024 class. Like I ain't heard nothing. Like last year, I was hearing about uh Victor Wembanyama, and then I went and go do some research on him. I'm like, oh yeah, dude gonna be a monster. He gonna be a monster when he get his NBA body together. When he get his NBA body together, it's gonna be over with for the league. It's gonna be his league when he get his body together because he's 7'5". He's 7'5", man. Like we ain't never seen no more. What we have when Luke Ball was 7'7". So the league have seen taller people than that. Yao Ming was 7'6". So the league have seen tall guys like that, but not the way he moved at 7'5". Right? Man, he looked like Kevin Durant out there. He could step back and hit threes. Man, just wait till he get his NBA body together, man. Just give him, I'm gonna say, just give him 3 years. Give him 3 years. He gonna be a monster. He gonna be a monster. Ain't gonna be, and you know what? Ain't gonna be no defense for him because he's 7'5". He need a point guard. That's who Victor need. Victor need that franchise point guard that's gonna set him up in a position to where he can dominate the game. He need a point guard, a true point guard. That's why I was saying he needs somebody like Ice Trey, Trey Young. That'd be a perfect point guard for Victor Wembanyama. He'll get you the ball in the right spots that you're supposed to have the ball in. We talking about Lob City. That'll be the new Lob City and shit. Trey Young, Ice Trey, and Victor Wembanyama. That'll be the new Lob City, bro. Like I'm glad they don't like each other. I like that shit, bro. Yeah, I don't like that buddy buddy shit, bro. Yeah, y'all supposed to be competitors. You know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to be friends and shit. We could be friends when the game over with and shit. But when you get on that court, I want to see y'all go at each other's throats. I don't want to see no, oh, we best friends. I can't do. Nah, I want to see y'all go at each other's throats, bro. I don't like this buddy buddy system shit in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I like when NBA players play mad and shit, like aggressive. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that Michael Jordan shit. When Michael Jordan was on the court, you ain't see Michael Jordan smiling and shit. You know what I'm saying? Jordan went out there smiling. Jordan was out there frowning, mugging motherfuckers and shit. That's the NBA I like. I don't like this new NBA shit, man, where everybody buddy buddy, smiley, you know, let's go hang out after the game and get a beer. I don't like that shit, man. I want to see rivals, man. I want to see you supposed to be one to drop 50 on my head today. That's what I want to see. I don't want to. Oh, that's my best friend. I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to go hard on my best friend. I fuck that shit. That's why y'all got different jerseys. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you go at each other's throats. That's how Michael Jordan was. He was relentless. That's what made Michael Jordan great, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's what made Michael Jordan great, man. The competitiveness. He wanted to take motherfuckers' heads off. He didn't care who you was on the other side and shit. He didn't care about no accolades. He didn't care if you was a three-time MVP of the finals. You got three MVPs of the regulars. He didn't care about none of that shit. He cared about, I want to win this game. That's what I want to do. I want to win this game. I want to take you down. If I got to score 60 to do it, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And this new NBA, they don't have that type of mentality, man. It's always buddy shit, man. Cool, we buddy, cool shit, bro. Like the only person you're supposed to be buddy, cool with is the players that's on your team, your teammates. Them the ones that you're supposed to be cool with. When you get on that court and you see somebody else on the opposite side, man, you should want to go at their throat, bro. It should be murder show, murder in your eyes when you step on that court. This is why I say Jason Tatum for the Boston Celtics, he ain't him. He is not him, man. He the same way like Brock Purdy, man. Yeah, I mean, you can you can. It's a similarity. Yeah, yes, yeah, right. It's a similarity. But Jason Tatum is like Brock Purdy. I'm gonna stack this team up with all this talent. All you got to do is get us to the finish line. That's all you got to do is get us to the finish line. I'm gonna stack this whole roster up for you. Just get us to the promised land. What happened in that Denver game? Where was Jason Tatum at in that Denver game? I didn't even know he played that game. He was so quiet. I didn't even see him do nothing but pass the ball. 15 points. This man had 15 points and 8 assists or 9 assists. 15 points, man. And you sit here talking about you 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 want to be looked at as Kobe. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You gotta do better than that, Jason Tatum, man. You gotta do better. You must do better, man. The pressure's on, man. The pressure's on you now. You got to get to the finals now. You got to get to the finals. You got to win the finals. All right. Fuck getting to the finals. The expectation is already you're supposed to get to the finals. You got to win the finals this year. You got to get it done. Jerry Judy traded the Browns. Oh shit, that's a power move right there for Cleveland. And Washington coming back healthy next year. Shit, watch out for Cleveland. Watch out for Cleveland. That's a deep threat right there. Jerry Judy, a deep threat. Watch out for Washington. Washington was balling before he got injured, though. Like they had the number one seed. People forget that Cleveland had the number one seed in the AFC when Washington was healthy. Remember the game he got injured in against Baltimore? He came back from 35 down to win that game. Now he was down 35 in Baltimore. Most teams would have folded. It was how many teams you think would have come back from 35 down in Baltimore? Like that's beastie. That's beastie, man. Joe Burrow coming back too. Don't forget about Joe Burrow. Don't forget about Joe Burrow, man. Joe Burrow is the truth. I got him winning MVP next year. All right. Joe Burrow's gonna be I got him up there for MVP next year, man. He gonna come back striking everything down. You know, he gonna stay healthy all year. He gonna win MVP next year. He gonna win that shit. Cause that's one quarterback that Mahomes don't want to see is Joe Burrow. Like, you don't want to see Joe Burrow, bro. Yeah, they said it was gonna take him. You know, you got to get Kyler some weapons, man. You know, you invested in Arizona, then paid him. You didn't gave him his money, so you might as well. You invested in the Kyler, so you might as well go ahead and get him some weapons. And that's a nice piece too, man. Marvin Harrison, man, they might make the playoffs next year. I would like to see what's the odds for Arizona to make the playoffs next year. See, you need to put that in now before they get him, because the odds right now, you probably can get some great odds on him on Arizona right now, because they gonna make the playoffs if they get Marvin Harrison in the draft. Yeah, they gonna make the playoffs. They gonna make the playoffs, right? You know, because even though Kyler Murray he's small, he be making plays, bro. He be making plays, man. That's one thing I can say. Like, man, Kyler Murray do be making plays, bro. You get him Marvin Harrison, shit, they going to the playoffs. They definitely going to the playoffs next year. You know, they definitely going to the playoffs. We had a gang go final. Hawaii just beat CSU Bakersfield. They covered the spread. The spread was 74 to 57. They always put a Hawaii games, the last games on the docket. There's still one more game playing. I don't know about their defense, but they gonna keep adding pieces to Kyler Murray because they ain't invested in him. I got them making the playoffs next year. Arizona gonna make the playoffs next year, especially when if they get Marvin Harrison, they go into the playoff. Detroit will be back. They strap. They'll be back on the scene. You know, if you Detroit, man, you looking back at the season, you like, how the hell we lose this game and we was up double digits, bro, two times in this game, bro. Like you was up double digits two times on San Francisco, man. And you kept going for it on fourth down instead of you kicking field goals to stamp this win. You want to go for it on fourth down and shit. That's why that shit crazy. Like if I got a 10-point lead in the game, especially two times in the game, I ain't losing that game, bro. Like there's no way, man. There's no way, man. That's like Atlanta losing the Super Bowl when they was up 25 on Brady in the Super Bowl and they lost that Super Bowl and shit. No, I don't like True Lock for Seattle, man. I think he just another uh What's the dude that was in front of him? Uh, man, what's that quarterback that was Geno Smith? I think he another Geno Smith. That's who I think he is. Drew Lock is another Geno Smith. They going to get a quarterback in the draft though. They gonna get somebody because you ain't gonna win with no Drew Lock and no goddamn uh the other dude they had and shit. You can win games with those guys, but if your goal is to win a Super Bowl, Geno Smith can't get you to no Super Bowl. Drew Lock can't get you to no Super Bowl. They can't do it. Yeah, there's one more game left though. Like it's still one more game left. I think San Francisco playing right now. San Francisco and Portland playing right now. That's the last game on the docket. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I can see Michael Penix to Seattle. And you from Washington too, like where you just came from Washington, shit. I could see that all day long. Michael Penix to Seattle and shit. That'd be perfect for him too. You from Washington, you know, you gonna have a fan base because you came from Washington, so you gonna have a fan base right there in Seattle and shit. That's gonna be a perfect landing spot for Michael Penix. Perfect, perfect. That's a perfect landing spot, man. I ain't even think about that and shit. That's a perfect spot for him, man. Michael Penix to Seattle and shit. I want to see how many wide receivers gonna get taken in the first round because I know three off the rip going in the first round. We already said Marvin Harrison, and then you got the wide receiver from Washington, and then you got the other wide receiver from LSU. They going off the board fast. They ain't gonna be on the board long. I'm talking about within the first 15 picks. Them three gonna be gone. DK Metcalf, he a dog. DK a dog. You know, he a dog. He just need that quarterback. And Michael Penix is that guy. He excellent on deep throws too. Man, DK gonna be eating when if they get motherfucking Michael Penix and shit. Yeah, neighbors from LSU. Yeah, he nice. He nice. He real nice. He real nice. Them guys gonna be gone, bro. It was for like the first 15 picks, bro. Those guys gonna be gone. See, a team like Bryce Young need a guy like neighbors. He need Carolina need they need that. Like he need a number one receiver and shit. Just to see if Bryce Young can he be a franchise quarterback. So you're gonna have to add these pieces to see That'd be a crucial piece because he a number one. He coming straight in the door, number one, no questions asked. He will be your number one receiver coming in the door. Oh, I can't forget about remember the receiver from Texas, Xavier Worthy. They said he was the fastest guy ever in the NFL Combine and shit. I think they said he ran a 4.21, a 4.21 in the Combine. Man, dude, fast as hell. They said he was going to Kansas City. I'm like, oh man, if Mahomes get him, man, if Mahomes get dude Xavier Worthy from Texas, man, Mahomes going. He might go back to the Super Bowl again, bro. Dude, a deep threat. He a deep threat all day long. That's all dude do is run over the top and shit. Dude, nice. He real nice. It's always gonna be some defense going in the top. It's it. See, this one thing I like about the NFL, right? Like the NFL draft so long, it's like seven rounds, right? It's 7 rounds in the NFL draft. And the NFL don't tell you who they be drafting. Like they don't tell you who they gonna draft. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might speculate, oh, this who they should take, and then they go the total opposite way and shit. That's one thing I like about the NFL. They don't show you their cards. Like they don't show you their cards at all until draft day. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They got Arch Manning and they got Quinn Ewers. But dude already said Quinn Ewers was the starting quarterback next year. He said he was quarterback number one. So Arch Manning gonna have to wait. And then this year, the playoffs start off this year. The six what is it? The top eight or some shit like that. The top eight teams go be in the tournament. This college football is gonna go down, bro. It's gonna be live as hell. Then the playoffs really gonna be live. The top eight, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. I mean, they're gonna open it. It's gonna when they get done with this tournament, bro. It's gonna be probably like the top. They probably gonna do like the top 12 when they get done with it. Like they just experiment with it. This is the first year that is going down. So it's gonna be eight. The top eight teams is gonna be in the playoffs. And they're gonna add some teams because it's gonna be a year where the number nine team in the country fuck around and go undefeated and don't get in. You know what I'm saying? Like they go undefeated, don't get in. They win a conference and they go undefeated and they don't get into the playoffs. They're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna have to add, we're gonna have to add on to the playoffs because of this team. They went undefeated, won their conference, and they ain't get in. You know what I'm saying? And then they gonna open this. They're gonna open it up. They're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna go from 8 to 16, something like that. Top 16 teams gonna be in it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be something like that, man. Like the number 9 team gonna be undefeated. They gonna win their conference, and they ain't gonna get in. And that's gonna give them the reason. to do 16. They're gonna be like, oh, remember this? Remember this team? They couldn't get in the tournament because they, you know, for some odd reason, they couldn't get in because, they went undefeated. They won the conference. They didn't get in. They gonna come up with some type of excuse to make it 16 teams. Watch. I guarantee you, we're gonna have 16 teams within, I'm gonna say within the next 3 years. Man, hell yeah, I heard about that shit, bruh. And you know what really pissed me off about that, man? Is I had picked that game for free play. I picked that game for a free play. It was a two-team parlay on my page, bruh. That was one of the days I had went 1-1. And I, I picked Temple. The spread was 2. Temple was getting 2 points. The spread went from 2 to like 7 before kickoff and shit. Like you don't never see spreads go up that high, bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody knew some information and they dropped a whole lot of money on the other team and shit. They dropped a whole lot of money on that team and they got it off. But that's some bullshit though, bro. Like they Temple should get they should kick them out of college basketball for that shit, bro. Like real talk, bro. Like if you can't have no integrity in this shit, and this just basketball, bro, you don't need to be playing basketball for D1 ever. Like they should take their motherfucking basketball school away from them. The NCAA should take their school away from them, bro. Like man, no, it should be no more Temple basketball after this year. It should be no more, bro. Like real talk, man. Like, the coach should be fired. The GM, whoever the athletic director is for Temple, they need to be fired. Anybody in the athletic department need to be fired, man. You need to be fired for that shit. Like that's some bullshit, man. See, that's why I stand hard on integrity, man. By win, lose, or draw, I stand on integrity, man. I stand on that shit, man. Cause it's priceless out here, man. Integrity is priceless out here, man. It's priceless. You got people out here, you know, just making up shit, lying and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not standing on integrity whatsoever. That's what separates me from the rest of these cappers, man, because I stand on integrity. Most of these cappers don't even stand on that shit, man. They be lying, making up numbers and shit. Like that point shaving shit, bro. It shouldn't be like that's some shit they did back in the 50s and 60s and early 70s and early 80s and shit, man. You know, schools were getting caught up in scandals like UNLV and shit back in the days and all that shit. Man, that was in the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like that was in the early 90s, bro. Like we in 2024, motherfuckers still doing that shit. Like I hope they disband Temple basketball program, bro. Like for that shit, bro. Like I hope they come down hard on them. Like come down hard. Like a 25-year ban type shit. Like, man, y'all can't play basketball for 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Come down hard on them for that shit. Just to let them know. For anybody else that think about they want to do this shit, think about this 25-year ban from Temple University. Think about that. And the athletic director lose their job, the coach lose their job, the coaching staff, they lose their job. You know, people start losing their job and that income. Yeah, that stop that shit. That stop that shit. You know, the coach waking up this morning, he still got a job. He still got a job. He's still getting paid from Temple University and shit, man. He shouldn't have no job. It shouldn't be no more games. But this is the world we live in, man. This is the world we live in, bro. This is the world we live in. Shit. This is the world we live in. I just couldn't believe that the game that I picked. This is the game that y'all choose to do the point shaving on. The game that I picked. That's the game that you want to do point shaving on. I think that was what, Wednesday or Thursday? I think that was Thursday. If I ain't mistaken, I think that was Thursday. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic, bro. It's pathetic. No integrity. You know, I got a couple of gambling companies that want me to work with them and shit, man. You know, they keep talking about commission, commission. I'm like, I ain't looking for no commission, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know, I'm looking for a flat rate. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. Ain't nobody talking about no flat rate. So I'm like, shit, you know, we're gonna keep doing what we've been doing. You know what? I'm trying to get to Vegas for real though. That would be my end goal right there. If I can get to Vegas and be on, you know, be working with a company in Vegas, that's what I really want to do. You know what I'm saying? If I can work with a company in Vegas, no matter who it is, you know, that's where I want to be at. That'll be my end game. If I can get to Vegas and work with a gambling company in Vegas, I will work with any company in Vegas. It don't matter. As long as we in Vegas, you know, I'll work with you. But that's what I want. Like that's the type of position that I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on that type of position. You know what I'm saying? Come to Vegas. We want to hire you. We want to put you on our staff in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to hear. Like, I don't want to hear no commission. Like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want no commission. I want a position in Vegas somewhere. You know, put me in Vegas. Put me on the stage. You ain't got to put me on TV. I can stay in the backgrounds and drop these plays. Not a problem. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I want, man. Like until I find that opportunity, I'm gonna still, you know what I'm saying, do what I've been doing and stick with my clients. And I still got my YouTube. And like I said, with YouTube, ain't no money behind this YouTube, man. Like so when I come on YouTube, this all me. This ain't about no money. This ain't about no views. This ain't about no clicks. Cause I don't put stuff on my page for for clickbait and nothing like that. This is a gambling channel. You know, everything on here is about gambling, real gambling, not none of that fairy tale stuff that you see on these other channels with these companies. They make it seem like it's all cool and fun and all that. Like, nah, this is real gambling, man. We keep it real over here. Win, lose, or draw, we keep it real, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got clients, bro. Like, that's why I got clients, man, because I keep it real, man. I don't lie about nothing, man. I put 100% realness in this shit, bro. And I expect the same thing coming back. Like, I want you to win. Every time I drop a play on my page, I want you to win. I'm confident. Every time I drop a play on my page, I'm confident in that play, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 100% confident. But like I tell my clients, I'm like, look, we can't win every time. Right? Straight up, we can't win every time. That's just how it's roll. If we could win every day, then it wouldn't even be no gambling. They'll be broke. Right? The bookies will be broke. But we gonna win more than we lose. That's why I tell them like we gonna win more than we lose, man. Like today, we gonna we starting the streak today. We're gonna start this up today with Ohio State. You know, with Ohio State, Austin Pay, Indiana State, Arkansas State, Longwood, and some more. I just like I said, I ain't I gotta see the full schedule in front of me. But we take donations. You know, I take donations, man. You know, I drop plays all the time that cash. I take donations, man. It don't matter when you send on a donation. It don't matter. I ain't putting no set number on nothing on the donation, man. Whatever you want to donate, man. No matter what it is. But we're gonna we're gonna win the day, man. We got these plays. Like I told you, Ohio State, Arkansas State, Indiana State, Austin P, Longwood, and then when they drop the plays for Monday spreads, I'm gonna be on deck. I'm gonna be on deck for my 2 team parlay for Monday. We're gonna get back on this winning train starting today. But yeah, man, you know what to do, man. Hit me up on X, man. Hit me up on X. Follow me on X. Let's get this money today, man. Have a great day.